Hello YouTube, this is George from StreetCulture.US, and if you were just watching my Instagram, we are still in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. So, what did we do? We did a little walkthrough, we went live on Instagram, and now I'm giving it to you the video version because we have more time. Guys, if you have a sports car and you want to enjoy the windy roads, you want to see some really scenic routes and mountains and whatnot that are not too far from the Washington, D.C. area, then I strongly urge you to check out Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Why? First of all, because race car. Race cars like the windy roads, and we love windy roads as drivers. So, for two, small town atmosphere. Loving this. Very historic, 200-300 years old. Used to be a U.S. Army depot / armory for ammunitions and whatnot. And you have historic neighborhoods. So now, off of me and onto the rest of the town. Check this out. Yes. Old school America from 200-300 years ago, abolitionist times, Civil War times. Yes, there are cars and motorcycles through here, but not much. The downtown area over here is pretty much all cobblestone and whatnot, so therefore a lot of people walking around and biking. You got all kinds of little places. The Rabbit's Hole for places to eat and drink. You have coffee houses. You have antiques and jewelry stores for women and whatnot. You have little bed and breakfasts in here, like this one here, the Hamilton's Tavern / bed and breakfast. It's awesome, guys. It's got a pub downstairs, and the upstairs is all bed and breakfast. It's really cool. You got little terraces and eateries out here. And if you look at the stone here, the stone is 200 and 300 years old, like literally from the way it was carved out back during the Civil War. It's just insane. You can see the weathering of the rocks here, and I won't touch it much because I don't want to damage the site, but the stones and everything used to build this town, as well as the rock and slate, all come from the mountains that are around us. You have the mountain to the right of me here, and then if you come with me as I jump over this, you got mountains on this side of the town. It is literally 2 or 3 streets nestled in between 3 big gigantic mountains, and the Potomac River converges with another river here, and it's really neat, guys. You got to check this out. So I walked through downtown already, but I'm going to walk through again because we did it for Instagram and now we're doing it for YouTube, okay? You have even a wax museum here, which is totally cool. Has 87 life-size figures. So please keep door closed, the air conditioner is on, no food or drink. Thank you. So let's go inside.
Guys, no filming in here. You can't.
Let's not go inside. So, okay,
Sorry.
No wax museum for today. Okay. All right, so, but if you want to see a wax museum of how things were from back in the day, this is the place to do it. They have all kinds of wax figurines. I can't go inside, but I am going to go inside after I stop videoing for you guys. Walking in the downtown area, literally there's no space between buildings. And in fact, if there's any space at all, the buildings are pretty much merging. So coming down here, we have a Blue Point Jewelry. We did that for Instagram. So for you guys on YouTube who haven't seen it, they have really nice jewelry in there. We have a bar and grill. This is where people come in that are tourists and whatnot, or even locals, and just hang out. So there's like 3 or 4 or even 5 levels here in this town. I mean, if you look up behind me, you have first floor, second floor, third floor, and they have different apartments and living quarters up there. And get this, guys, I'm gonna take us on a little drop down there. You even have people that used to live downstairs. All these were little apartments and little homes for people back in the day, which is totally cool. This bed and breakfast here, we covered it for Instagram. Now we're covering it for YouTube, but if you look inside there, it is really, really neat. I think it's closed. Yes, this one is closed. Look at that vintage motorcycle just sitting in there. Vintage motorcycle. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Looks like a Triumph. That's a vintage Triumph sitting in Harper's Ferry, Virginia. Wow, that's crazy. So, all right. Some of these houses are being reworked, they're being renovated, they're being updated, and some of them are changing them into businesses. You have the Hodgepodge Gifts and Antique Shop. You have the Cannonball Deli, which is downstairs, guys. It's actually downstairs, so let's go take a look. A lot of these places are 6 to 8 to 10 feet down into the ground, and you can even see here, like I said, the stone is exactly the way it was, cut out 200 and 300 years ago. Oh, they're closed. So, however, this deli has updated with this stairwell here, but if you want to see what it was like before, this is very gradual, very calm. You come down a few steps, you come down again. This is the original stairway, and this goes up very, very steep. So there was probably an overhang here, and you had to come up. And literally, if you had to come up, it's like 4 or 5 steps, and it's a very steep climb. But yeah, you can see how it was back in the day. The doorways are smaller here, the windows are smaller here, the buildings are smaller here, and they're more sectioned off. Kids Candy Shop. This is a place called True Treats, okay? Historic candy from the 17, 18, 1900s, okay? This is where parents, if you're up here in Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, this is where the kids are gonna love you for it. Come in down here, and do you love the candy here? Awesome. Hi.
I love being here.
Hi.
I love the customers.
I'm George from Street Culture, and
love
we,
you. You what?
thanks, George from StreetCulture.US, and we're just filming Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath because I already did one video, and now I'm doing another one. This is our first time road tripping, so we're definitely going to bring more people with more cars and do a road trip. So all kinds of candies here, traditional candies. The kids are going to go nuts. So
Actually, we're chronological. We're the only research-based historic candy company in the country, and we start here. First in history, it goes around 15, 16, 1700s.
15, 16, 1700s? Wow.
Around 1800s, all the way through the 50s,
Okay, so
60s, 70s.
15, 16, 17, then we go around to 17.
First in history,
Okay,
right?
those are the original candies.
16, 17.
Gotcha.
Goes around 1800s, all the way around like that. And in the back we have a
That is cool.
and the history's on the labels.
Oh, the history's on the labels? Really?
And why people ate it and what they ate and so on.
Turkish
okay?
Delights. Yeah, I'll
The
definitely.
original Turkish light from the year 900.
That from when?
900.
Oh, we are trying that because if anybody knows here, unfortunately, that I am a fan of sweets and Turkish Delights are one of my faves. So walk with me, guys, as we walk around through the evolutionary dawn of candyism. So, biblical candies. Look at this. Oh my God, these are original mints and stuff.
Oh, you've never had bubble tape?
Look at that.
No, it's like tape.
Bible. We have, what is this here?
Don't need a lot.
Flowers. We have, look at the pottery here. This is just amazing. Going all the way down through time, the 15s to the 1700s. Now we get in the 1700s where candies start becoming a little more manufactured. This looks really good. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's nougat. That's really good. What have we here? Oh yeah. I remember these when I was a kid, guys. These are Draggies. These are freaking awesome. I used to have these at Easter. My great-grandmother used to get those for me.
Which ones did you have?
And now we're coming to the other side of 1700s plus. And oh yes, I remember these too. Coconut bars. Oh, so good. Yes. So, look at this. All the way up to the candies that are formed today. Here's wine glasses from the 1860s, 1890s. Oh, look at this. This is just amazing. And now we have modern candies, which, by the way, guys, the modern candies today are not that cool. There are really a lot of processed sugars and stuff. There's really nothing natural about them anymore. But check this out. Sugar Charms. You want to know where Lucky Charms comes from? These came out in 1963 and became the prototype for Lucky Charm Bits. And that's amazing. So cool. What a dream. Oh, these are really good. The pecan logs, oh, those are so good. It's like a pecan pie, but just into a candy. So they have a historic area here, and they actually have films for the kids. Cartoons. Wow. I actually remember that cartoon from when I was a kid. A lot of historic stuff. Even James Dean, Casablanca. This is so neat. So period correct. Really neat. Look at this typewriter. I don't know how old this is, but it's amazing. Really old. Wow, this place is great. This reminds me of my grandpa's house. It says here, now playing to spring from 1936. So they have this cartoon on, and they have right here what year the cartoon was actually made, or the film. Totally cool. Really neat. Okay, guys. So let us take a walk around the rest of the town, and this video should be somewhere about 20 to 30 minutes, but before I go, I want to get one of these, because these are awesome. Let's see here. It says here, the origin of Turkish Delight dates back to the Arabic times in the 10th century, where it was used as a medicine for a sore throat. Sultan fell in love with the candy in the 1700s, and hence the name, the Turkish Delights. So I'm definitely going to get one of these. Look at this, they got a balloon card. They got toys from way back in the day. This is so neat. So I'm going to try these because I'm a huge fan of Turkish delights, but I've never had. Sure.
Or is that kind of
No, not at all.
All right,
I
yes,
get it all the
because
time.
that's what we do. We tell the history of the candy.
Okay.
So this is made in the year 900 in the Arabic apothecaries. It was used as a medicine. It was called lakum, lakumi, if you're in Greece, whatever. But it's an Arabic word which means ease of throat because it was made for sore throat. People kept eating it and eating it, and eventually it wound up in my hometown of Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And there's somebody, I know, right? Center of the world. And there's somebody put a sugar shell on this, sent it to the Union soldiers. That became known as the
Turkish delight.
jelly bean.
Oh, the jelly bean.
Jelly
Oh,
bean.
really?
Yes. And then this was made into rubber candy in Germany, and that became the word rubber in German is gummi, so that became the gummy candy. And then it wound up in Chronicles of Narnia. This was called Turkish delight in the late 1800s by the British because it's so better than local or whatever the iteration.
Yeah.
And people were more likely to buy Turkish delight in England. But if you go to other countries in the Middle East Mediterranean, they still call it by the original name.
How about that, guys? You buy your candy and you get a history lesson about the candy that you're buying, which is totally cool. That is so cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Where do you guys get all these original, like,
Different places.
yeah?
Yeah, we hunt for it.
Do you really? Some of these things I haven't seen in years. I remember some of these toys and candies and things from when I was younger.
Right.
But yeah, I won't say how old I am, guys, but let's say I'm not exactly young anymore. There you go. Yep. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying our tour here of Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. I'm going to take us through a walk through the town, and I'm going to probably cut this off because my battery's getting low, but it's something else. And if you have time to get up here, get up here. You see the mountains, you got the rivers, they got rafting. In the spring, it's whitewater rafting and tubing, so yeah, you guys are going to have a blast up here. There's plenty of places to stay up here within 20-mile range, and just to top it all off, lots of things to do at night and great food. I already had food at a place called the Anvil. That's another place I'm gonna go back to before I get out of here. So keep watching, guys, and I will see you in the next segment as I take you through Harpers Ferry, West Virginia.